All over, wrapped up a week of Hershey golf today with the USGA Senior Women's Amateur Championship. We started with more than 130 players, and it came down to two. And one of those players, Jane Fitzgerald, is from Maryland. She's a graduate of Penn State. She was up through 10 holes of match play, but Ellen Port from St. Louis making a huge move, winning 5 holes in a row. There's the birdie on 14. She led by 3, and as for Fitzgerald, her ball is, well, somewhere in there. She concedes, and Ellen Port wins her first senior championship, this time at Hershey Country Club. We have a huge Sunday of football here on CBS 21. Ravens and Eagles beginning at 1, and then the Steelers and Jets right after. Well, here's one thing you probably won't see in a dugout in professional baseball: a woman. Major League Baseball has almost 250 minor league affiliates, and less than a handful of those have a woman working as a trainer. But in one independent league, it's a totally different ballgame when it comes to modern medicine and modern thinking. In this league, behind nearly every great player stands a great woman, like Mia Del Haro.
For me, at least, the biggest challenge is the bathroom.
Yes, bathrooms can be an issue when you're working in a man's world. But here she is, the head athletic trainer of the Lancaster Barnstormers, preventing, examining, treating the pains, sprains, and strains that players endure.
We still get the same education. You know, we attack things the same way. It's still a human anatomy.
In the Atlantic League, though, it is different. Women are the majority. 6 of the 8 teams, or 75%, have women in the dugouts, working as head athletic trainers. It's a number likely never seen before in professional baseball.
For me, you know, she's the best trainer I ever had. I wouldn't trade her in for the world.
Ray Navarrete of the Long Island Ducks is not the only one who feels that way about Dottie Pitchford. 9 years ago, she was the first, after being turned down over and over for jobs with major league organizations.
The resistance is coming from baseball itself, and I'm not bad-mouthing them or anything, and that's just where it's coming from.
So why are so many women working here? Independent baseball may not have the prestige of other leagues, but it is full of independent thinkers, not afraid to hire the best people they can, male or female. That's not to say there aren't challenges. There are, like bathrooms and training tables next to where players undress.
There's, you know, the kind of the stereotype of, and the worry, is she just here to hook up with players looking, you know. So it's difficult because you have that, I think a lot of people have that concern right off the bat.
But show the guys respect and they will give it right back, these ladies say. Mia's manager lays down the law immediately.
You know, I tell my players every year before, you know, she's like my daughter, so, you know, what's your step?
Overlooked by Major League Baseball, these women have now found a league of their own, the Atlantic League. They hope the majors are not only noticing, but also hiring.
My number one question is, what are you guys afraid of?
It is an interesting question. Now, the Atlantic League did not plan all this either. Joe Klein, the executive director there, said there was no initiative, but he's very happy with all these hires. Joe Klein was also a former GM in Major League Baseball, said he never saw any gender discrimination there, if you will. The Professional Baseball Athletic Trainers Society has weighed in, telling me it encourages all people, regardless of sexual orientation, to compete for employment in the highly competitive field of professional baseball. We hope that the diverse nature of our membership will serve as an encouragement to all those who wish to pursue that path. Also very interesting to note, the Los Angeles Dodgers do have a woman as their head athletic trainer, as well as an assistant athletic trainer. But again, there is such a disparity between minor league baseball, affiliated baseball, and independent league baseball. But the Atlantic League is certainly breaking down barriers.
I like to see that. If they're good, they're good.
They are. You're right.
Good job. So
all right. Good story, Jason. Thank you.
We'll be right back with a final check of your first warning forecast.